What's good, YouTube? Chris from Team Innovation here, bringing out another episode of DN Duel Series today. And yeah, I know I've been slacking on DN Duel, sorry about that, guys, but I've been kind of taking a short little deload from Yu-Gi-Oh! To focus on more other things in life, like school. And on today's episode, I am using my hero deck, as you guys can see, and I opened pretty well with Captain Gold, Goblin Bird, and Hero Lives. So I'm going to go for the Hero Lives, bring out Shadow Mist, grab Mass Change, and bring out Dark Law. And as you guys can see, I grabbed Wild Heart. Now, a lot of hero builds do not run Wild Heart, and they damn sure do not run Captain Gold. And the reason why I run Wild Heart in my build, as you guys will see in this video right here, because I'm playing up against Nekroz, is it's a little cool combo you can do with Wild Heart and Mass Change, as you guys see. And I run Captain Gold because, for one, he can search out Skyscraper, which ain't that bad considering the fact that Dark Law is only 2400, and sometimes you might need to run over bigger things. And for two, it's an easy card to fuel Miracle Fusion, and I want the deck to be consistent as possible. So if I want Miracle Fusion to be able to be live instantly, so I can bring out the Shining and be facing with a 3200 B stick. And if anything's bigger than Shining gains a 3000 boost, helping you out against the scrubby Cleaforth players running towers. So as you guys see, he brings out Brio and his Senju. I got Dark Claw's effect. Didn't hit the card he starts with Manju, I'm sorry. But I did hit the Degen, which is good because now he can't stop me from special summoning, which is really good, because if I didn't do that, I probably would have lost because I wouldn't be able to special summon. So as you guys can see, I did have another Mass Change on the board. So now I'm gonna do my little combo I told you guys about. So the way it's gonna go is Wild Heart's gonna beat over Manju, and since this is all battle phase, I'm gonna activate Mass Change, and I'm gonna bring out Mass Hero Deanne. If you guys don't know what Deanne does, when he destroys a monster by battling into the graveyard, he special summons a level 4 hero from the deck in any position you want. So Deanne is a 2800 B stick, which is really, really good. Very underrated in my opinion. Deanne effect kicks in, special Shadow Mist effect kicked in, grab Mass Change. Shadow Mist attack for 1000, battle phase still bring out Dark Law attack for 2400. Really, really good combo play, and it's so easy to pull off. I like 2-card combos, so don't get no better than that. So I'm gonna set my other Hero Lives I had in my hand in turn, because there's no way in hell I'm gonna use another Hero Lives. And he's gonna pretty much scoop it up at this point, because he is playing a ritual deck and he doesn't have all the cards he need to come back and win. I was sitting at 300, so if he would have beat me, I'd have been kind of salty. And this hand, I opened up Super Poly, which is kind of sad, because if you guys saw when you guys watched my ban list reaction video, Super Poly is now banned. RIP to Super Poly, but I understand, like Make Capital G said in his video, this spell speed 4 cards shouldn't exist. Cards that say your opponent can't react to it shouldn't exist. That's really unhealthy for the game, even at 1. And plus it benefits Shaddolls, which when Super Poly first came out, I don't think it was meant for Shaddolls. It's just as the game progressed, Shaddolls became a thing. So my opponent's going for he went for Manju first turn, then Unicorn, and I think he's gonna overlay to stack his deck with a ball chain. I'm not sure. I did record his duel last week, so I kind of forgot what my opponent did. So he's thinking right now, he's searching his deck for something. And the one thing about the Nekroz deck I can honestly say, it's not an easy deck to beat. It's really not. Like, playing it is not an easy deck to play either, because there's so many combos you gotta remember, so many different effects you gotta remember. And it's very easy to mess up the deck, so for anybody who thinking they can just pick up Nekroz and win, it's not gonna be that simple. Now, once you learn the deck, it will be easy to win with, but it's easier to play the deck than it's easier to lose with the deck than it is to learn with the deck. Trust me on that, because everything has so many different effects and you gotta remember a lot of different things. So as I'm saying, he's taking his sweet time, doing all this comboing, and I'm like, crap, what is he gonna do? And he sent the Degen to the graveyard. Now he's going for Preparation of Rites, and I remember him saying he misplayed. I don't know how he misplayed. I guess because he probably either should have stacked his Degen, maybe he should have sent it to the graveyard and saved his ritual spell. Honestly, I think once again he was just overthinking the situation and wasn't playing properly. So he just said want to pass. So he just ended his turn and pass. I'm like, okay, since he did misplay, I'm gonna go off as much as I can because I do not want the DGN revolving my field, and I do have the summoner on play, which is good. So I'm gonna ditch the Super Poly, bring out Shadow Mist, and Shadow Mist is gonna get my mass change. You guys already know. And I do have decent back row: Royal Decree, Bottomless, and Vanity's Infinite. I like Royal Decree in this deck because the deck runs a bunch of spells, and it really doesn't need back row like that because Shadow Mist is just, it's a walking macrocosmos. Since almost every deck in the game right now is graveyard based, that is a really good card. I mean, unless you're playing against Cleophas, but for Cleophas I do have Skyscraper, so I'll be able to beat over the monsters. Then game 2 and 3 I can silence some spells and beat their face in. But then again, Shadow Mist does kind of hurt too, so it's one of those things where it's like you have an out for some of their stuff, but the matchup is going to be pretty hard. So right now I'm just sitting on a Shadow Mist and waiting for his play. He's going to have to think really hard now because his whole hand is all searchers. As you guys already know, that deck runs nothing but searchers. And for every search he does, I get to banish a card out of his hand. So for basically every time he plays a card, it's a -2, which is really good right now. And he's going to try to go for the Ritual play, and I have the Emptiness, so that's going to be null and void. And the Ritual does get banished due to Shadow Mist being a walking macrocosmos. So good. Really, really good. So he's just going to run over Summoner Monk, and Beef is going to pass because he can't really do anything at that point. And I do have Bubble Man and Shadow Mist in hand, so at this point you're going to see me OTK him. I'm going to set the Miracle Fusion, go for Shadow Mist, Bubble Man, and I'm sitting here thinking, like, how can I beat him this turn? Because if I don't beat him this turn, I'm pretty sure he's going to probably get me next turn. And I'm like, okay, I can go Blade Armor Ninja, attack twice, but then it won't be enough to kill him because it would have been 26 plus 24, that's 5,000. But I remember I did have Miracle Fusion, and Vision Hair Adoration reduces monsters' attack on the field. So you're going to see me think for a minute to see what will be the best play. Because I could have run out Ab-Zero, but I'm like, Ab-Zero ain't going to do anything. But I'm like, okay, I had to re-Adoration again. I'm like, hold on. Oh yeah, I'm going to go Adoration. So I'm going to bring out Adoration at this point, and I'm just going to cut his attack, reduce his attack by Dark Lord's attack. So making the Ball chains attack 0. So with Blade Armor attacking for 44 pretty much, that's going to be pretty much game over. And last but not least, the boss battle today, guys, will be up against Shaddols. And I opened pretty good. Captain Gold, Summoner Monk, Rhoda, Decree, and Oppose. Now this is a pretty intense game, not gonna lie. We went back and forth, but I ended up getting it due to, once again, Dark Law being a thing, and shutting off graveyard effects are just really powerful against Shaddols. I mean, that's really all that needs to be said about that one. So he's gonna go for the first turn Mathematician play, and I'm sitting here thinking, like, wow, he's playing Shaddols. I can go for the Shadow Mist first turn with Summoner Monk, but he has 3 back row. But I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna just YOLO it. I mean, 9 times out of 10, that's a Sinister Shadow games in the back row and probably a breakthrough skill. So I'm just gonna go for it anyway. I have nothing to lose, and I don't want to wait for Shaddols to control the board. So I just set the Decree and pass, and now he's just gonna hit me for 15, and I think he summoned Dragon, and he's gonna hit me for 19. Hit me for 34, leaving me at 46. He's gonna set one more back row and try to end his turn. He tried to go for the Allure of Darkness, ended up failing, and I flipped the Decree on him, which is really good now. It hit me in a really good position, so I'm pretty sure his back row could have hurt me if I didn't have that. At this point, I was running 2 Skyscrapers in my build because this is the build against when I was playing against the Nekroz deck was the latest build. This build was kind of my older build when I was just testing out Skyscraper in general. And 2 Skyscraper I found was pointless. I think 1 was just enough because, like I said, Captain Gold's only purpose is just to fuel Miracle Fusion for the Shining. Skyscraper getting that attack boost is just extra because it can help you out in situations. I'm surprised OCG players can catch on to it, but I think OCG it's just a different game out there. It really is. So at this point, I'm scared because he has vanities, and I try to go for the Goblinberg play, and I'm like, okay, whatever. He gets rid of the Decree. I guess he thought my face down was a bluff, and I just compulse him out of the way. I'm like, yeah, I do run regular traps with Decree because when Decree gets took out of the way, you gotta have a way to fight back. So at this point, he does have the vanities face up. So I'm just gonna go for the Fool's Burial, sending Shadow Mist to the graveyard, which is gonna allow me to search my deck for a hero and add to my hand. So I'm just gonna add another Captain Gold to my hand, pitch a Captain Gold for a Skyscraper. That way I can be able to normal some other Captain Gold and just try to get some good beefy damage on the board. Because I felt like I just want to try to get him low since he has one card, and 2100 is not that. Shaddoll really don't have a lot of monsters that can beat over a 2100 guy. And he also has the bottoms for the Captain Gold, which is good. So now when I do bring him my fusion, I don't have to worry about him countering it. So let's attack for the 14 and pass and remind him that his emptiness is gone now. So right now I am up on advantage. I have a Skyscraper on board, so I'm not worried about anything beefy that he brings out. Have Shadow Mist in hand, Summon Monk in hand, and E-Call. Now also I gotta mention, I did run 3 E-Calls and 1 Rhoda in this build because I was looking at OCG list and that's what they're running. Failing to realize that OCG do not have Rhoda at 3, and we do. So I'm like, why am I running 3 E-Call when I can just run 3 Rhoda, search out Goblinberg, make it more consistent? So I eventually took out the three E-Calls for the 3 Rhoda and then 1 E-Call, which I felt like was a lot better play. So I'm just gonna go for Goblinberg, search out Shadow Mist, and I'm just gonna overland to a random XYZ. Honestly, this deck really don't XYZ, very seldomly XYZ. And I'm just gonna attack because I don't want to mass change and something like that happen, flipping dragon, compulsing my guy out the way. So now I have emptiness and mass change. I think it's pretty much GG no re because you got Darklaw on the board. I have another heroes in hand, and I have vanities. So Darklaw could pretty much beat over anything in his deck, and combo with vanities is gonna be GG no re. So I want to thank you guys for enjoying this video. If you did enjoy it, give it a thumbs up, show your support. As always, comment down in the comment section below what you guys thought about today's Duel video at hand. And if you're a new viewer of the channel, I will invite you to subscribe, where I do tons of competitive content, and it is my sole purpose to help you guys become better players. This was Chris from Team Innovation. I am signing out. Rate, comment, subscribe, guys. Deuces, and have a good day.